The NCAA has a big issue. The trend is already starting, and it is slowly starting to get worse. We are slowly seeing more and more players take a hold of their futures and play overseas or in the G League. Players are opting for routes that prioritize better preparation and conditioning, and I think that the NCAA is in trouble. I'm Branden Blue, and welcome to League Bound. When you look at the advantages that players in the NBA G League Ignite have, it's obvious. On top of the money, they have NBA players and former veterans at their service. They have guys like Amir Johnson and Jarrett Jack, former NBA players who have had a long and fruitful tenure in the NBA. On top of that, they have Rod Strickland as their coach, who had a 17-year career in the NBA and has been named to some All-NBA teams during his career. On top of that, it allows players to learn NBA terminology and philosophies before they even step foot into the league, putting them ahead of any other college prospects. On top of that, they're still getting recognition. Just this year, NBA G League Ignite players are now being allowed to perform in the Rising Stars game, so they're playing alongside other NBA prospects. I don't think college prospects at Duke or UNC Greensboro are getting that opportunity. Players also have access to learning still, but it's in ways that college players might not get. It's about how to be successful even if the NBA doesn't pan out. There's things such as nutrition, wellness, but they're also learning about financial literacy, how to handle the media, once that time comes and they do get drafted, as well as their mental wellness, which is something that we are seeing become more and more important. They also get to live in a nice luxury apartment complex, which I'm sure has its perks. They spend 10 to 12 hours a day preparing for the NBA lifestyle, which I really think speaks to the rigor that is put into preparing for the NBA. And it's only going to continue to grow. It's only in its second year. Guys like Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga are already having some sort of success in the NBA. And once more and more players get into the league and they start bringing in awards, championships, MVPs, who knows? This is going to take off, and NCAA, they're going to be sweating. Another league that is also on the rise is the Overtime Elite League. This league allows players who are in high school, not even college, to become pro at such a young age. The minimum contract salary is around $100,000. It provides schooling as well as daily training for players. On top of that is a top-notch facility. I don't know if you guys have seen the Overtime Elite facility, but it is crazy. On top of that, Overtime Elite has a large social media presence, and it's constantly putting them in the spotlight. They upload full videos of their games onto YouTube, so if you ever want to see some of these players, you can go check them out. One player that really sticks out for Overtime Elite League is Jean Montero. He's the number 17 player in this year's mock draft, and going forward, I know that they're going to get more future NBA talents. Another league, not as big, but still proves a problem, is the National Basketball League, or the Australian Basketball League. This was the league that LaMelo Ball went to before he got drafted. The Next Star program hand selects a few NBA draft potential players. It's dedicated to developing their talents over time while giving them recognition and also training them. So that is 3 leagues now that we are seeing becoming an option over the NCAA. Lastly, there has been speculation and rumors from the NBA that is potentially going to put an end to the one and done rule within the coming years. If that happens, the NCAA is going to be in serious trouble with the talent that they bring in. Now, while I do not think it will kill off college basketball completely, I do think that it will influence the quality of talent moving forward. I think we will see less and less of these top 100 recruits going to the NCAA. I think it'll kind of make the NCAA more balanced in a way, but it'll get rid of all the Zion Williamson caliber guys who really make college basketball fun to watch.
Right there with number 3. And the pressure there is. Gets the takeaway. Okay.
When you look at some of these even more recent recruits, a lot of their reasons for choosing college basketball still relates heavily to the NBA. Guys like Amani Bates have even come out and said that they have chosen their programs because of their coach's NBA experience. Amani Bates, who was a highly touted recruit in the 2023 class before he reclassified this year, chose Memphis because of Penny Hardaway's NBA experience and his similarity to Amani Bates' game himself. Another guy who recently committed to Kentucky, Shaedon Sharpe, he chose Calipari at Kentucky because of how well he develops players and the success that they have gone on to have in the NBA. But when you factor these pro leagues, and over time they're just going to become more and more successful, and we're going to have more and more players who pan out really well, these guys aren't going to keep coming to the NCAA. Because when you weigh the benefits, they still get the NBA preparation on top of that compensation. On top of that recognition, they still get to go up against NBA talent before they even reach the league. It's inevitable. Now, some fans and analysts out there might think that the NIL will negate the effects of these pro leagues. But when you take a look at it, and take a step back. These players in the pro leagues have the same rights to the name, image, and likeness that these college athletes have. They may not be getting the same amount of exposure, but they have a base salary that comes in on top of all this. So some of them are making around $100,000, and they can merchandise, they can make their own jerseys, make their own t-shirts. And when you pile that in with what college athletes are probably making, these pro athletes are probably making way more. And when you look at the current players who have graduated from these pro programs, such as Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga from the G League, or Josh Giddey from the NBL League, they are having success, and they are showing that they are not going to be busts in this league. Especially when you look at LaMelo Ball, who has already been named to an NBA All-Star team in just his second year.
6 rip. I take that back. One man to beat. But look, LaMelo.
These leagues are only going to keep finding ways to be innovative, and the NCAA needs to make moves fast if they want to keep getting the top recruits. Do you guys think that the NCAA is in trouble, and that leagues like the Overtime Elite, the NBL, and the G League Ignite are going to put it in jeopardy? Or do you guys think that they will be able to adjust, and that this is all just a big overreaction? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys enjoy our content, we have a weekly podcast every Monday morning where we cover college basketball prospects and break them down in detail.